Have you ever pictured yourself gliding effortlessly across the Mongolian steppe? Or perhaps the shifting sands of the Sahara in Morocco? Or even that green lane down the road? Well, if that's you, I can tell you there are thousands of people out there just like you. But where do you begin? Where the hell do you pick up the skills needed to pursue those dreams and aspirations? And how do you go about doing it without dropping and denting your pride and joy? Well, here's the answer. The magnificent grounds of the Ragley Hall Estate in Warwickshire during the Adventure Bike Rider Festival 2022. And Alan, as Managing Director of ABR, you're the man putting on the show. So can you tell us, how do people get involved in off-road motorcycle tuition at the ABR Festival?
Well, first, let me just say, James, that was a fantastic introduction.
My hopes and dreams.
I loved that. The shifting sands of the Sahara.
Where did I get the inspiration?
Warwickshire. But there we go. I'll tell you, I've got a list of them here, but before I go on to this list, actually, that isn't the list. This is the list. Before I go on to this list, I've got to say I'm getting really excited about this because having gone through this, I can't think of an event anywhere in the world where you get such a collection of off-road superstars that are going to offer tuition and advice free of charge. It is an amazing collection of superstars, really. And I've got here, there's so many of them, I've got a list once again. So I'm going to run down through them. If you want to make any comments on these, James, as I'm going through them, please do. But let's start. We've got the KTM Off-Road School from Sweet Lamb. That's Mark Molyneux and all his guys up there. Mark's been a British Clubman champion, British Expert Enduro champion, Husqvarna team rider, and so on and so on. We've got the Honda Adventure Centre. Dave Thorpe runs that, and Dave Thorpe was a professional motocross racer, 3 times 500cc motocross champion.
The guy's a legend, isn't he?
Absolutely.
He really is, yeah.
Triumph Adventure Centre. I was speaking to Matt last week. Matt he had a look around Ragley Hall with us. You know, Matt's been a British World Enduro, British Rally, and you know, he's champions in all these things, and they bring in a huge range of bikes with them. Speaking yesterday with the BMW Off-Road School, and of course the famous Simon Pavey. He's done the Dakar 10 times, right? And they bring in over 30 bikes with them. Yeah. 30 bikes. There's, here we go, here's another one. Here's another Dakar veteran, the Harley Davidson Adventure Centre. Mick Extons is running that. Mick, great guy. We've both been up there. He's what a great guy, and 5 times Dakar rider again. We've got the Ducati Off-Road School. We haven't had confirmation yet who's leading the Ducati Off-Road School, but we've got the Ducati Off-Road School coming. There's Desert Rose. You know, Patsy, you've met Patsy Quick.
Patsy.
In 2003, Patsy became the first British woman to compete in the Dakar. In 2006, she became the first British woman to complete the Dakar as well. So fair play. It didn't take her 3 years. She actually entered a couple of times. We've also got trials bikes there, Inch Perfect Trials, who've been with us for 3 years now. Brilliant.
It's great fun, isn't it?
It's awesome. Here's a bit of a legend as well, Graham Jarvis.
Yeah.
If you want to learn how to ride an enduro bike up the side of Ragley Hall, Graham Jarvis is your guy.
Have we got permission for that? Is that allowed this year?
You try stopping him. We've also got Dirt Wheels, which are an off-road school. And last but not least, there could be some more coming to this, but we've also got Polaris, who own Indian motorcycles, who are coming. Estes, could we bring a selection of 4-wheel drives, and would you do us a little off-road course around there so that people can try out our 4-wheel drives? And I thought, does that sound like good fun?
I hope the answer was yes.
Oh, it was. It was. And so we got Polaris bringing some off-road buggies, and we're going to set up a course.
Fantastic.
Fantastic. It's looking great. You know, that just says to me, fun.
Do you know what, that reads to me, and I have to admit, I had a sneak peek this morning at the list before you revealed it. But what it seems to me is that is a Hollywood A-list of the world's best motorcycle instructors from the leading manufacturers and independents.
Absolutely.
And I know you mentioned that we've got some Dakar completers and we've got some enduro champions and things like that. But what if I'm going to the festival, I'm new to riding off-road, I'm pretty nervous. I'm a little bit maybe embarrassed about falling off in front of people as I learn. I've never done it before. You know, is this the place to be for that person?
Geez, we've all been there, haven't we?
Very much so.
We've all been there. And, you know, what I can say is I've been to most of these schools, and I know you've been to quite a few, James. And, you know, if there is such a thing as bedside manners in an off-road environment, these guys have got it. You know, this is what they do for a living. They are professionals at it. They will look after you, no matter what. If it's your first time, they'll know. You won't have to tell them it's your first time. They will pick it up. They're professionals at what they do. And they will never, ever try or ask or make you do anything you don't want to do. And as for falling off, Jesus, you know, if you're going to fall off, this is the time to do it because it's not your bike.
That's it.
And that's when I want to do it, when it's not my bike. So perfect for beginners, and with the quality of leadership and trainers we've got there, you know, whatever level you are, you can learn something off these guys.
Well, that's what I was going to ask. So, you know, it's a great place to do something off-road for the first time on someone else's bike. But what if you've got a bit of experience? You know, you've done a few green lanes, or maybe you've done a few trails when you're on tour. You know, is this a good place to improve your skills?
Without a doubt.
Yeah.
Absolutely, without a doubt. You know, like I'm saying, if we start with these guys, you know, these, they're like Ronaldos. It's like having a first 11 of Ronaldos.
Messi, Ronaldo.
If you can't learn off these, you're never going to. But also, there's all the other off-road opportunities at the festival. We've got the main trail, which is 20 kilometres, split into 3 sections, as you know. So if you want to do 5 kilometres, you can do that. But if you want to do the whole lot, it's 20 kilometres. We've also introducing for this year a beginner's only loop. It's a short loop. It's as easy as we can make it. But if you're a beginner, you've just bought that new adventure bike, and you know, you're not sure how you're going to take to it.
A bit nervous.
We've just made you a loop around there, a short loop that only beginners are going to go on. So no small bikes tearing past you or anything like that. It's going to be one you can go on for yourself.
Big bike friendly.
Big bike friendly. And you can do that. If you like it, you can pick up your confidence on there. And if you like doing that, then you can go out on the bigger trail. Yeah. For the manufacturers as well, for the off-road school manufacturers, they've got an area where they'll be doing slow speed maneuverability sections. And they'll be setting out cones and what have you, do that sort of thing. Once they've seen the ability of people riding on there will be the option then of going off on a manufacturers only off-road trail, where there won't be the public on there. They'll just be the manufacturers taking people on these courses. So,
and this is one of the most exciting things for me, because I know you can go to a lot of shows, and the off-road areas, you know, they're fun, but they're there to give you a small taste of what potentially you could do elsewhere. Whereas I know you were determined to make sure that people really got to experience the thrill of riding, weren't you?
James, I wanted people to go on safari.
You don't remember. Yeah.
So this is a safari through South Warwickshire, right? There's going to be trees and grass, and you know, if you want a bit of mud, there's a bit of mud.
I'm looking forward to your outfit. That's what.
And we've got lions jumping out the edge at you in some parts. But no, there's everything there. There's a course for beginners. Simple, easy course for beginners where you can ride the manufacturer's bikes or you can take your own. There's our main trail. And our main trail has got expert sections, but where there is an expert section, there is always an easy bypass of it. And the whole trail, you know, if it's not wet, the whole trail is doable by a relative novice. We've also got what's called our adventure park section, which is, you know, you've seen the videos of the mud and people getting stuck in the mud. That's just great fun. You know, if you're a novice, you wouldn't want to take your big GS down there, that's for sure. But, you know, if you want to have a bit of fun and you're a bit experienced, have a go. And if you
joy of that is there's marshals there, so that you can't accidentally end up on the really tough section. It really is, you know, they'll wave you through if you don't get quite confident enough, won't they?
Absolutely. There's marshals at all the difficult sections. They'll leave you stuck in the mud for a couple of minutes so that you can get the sense of it.
Get the
but then they
photo.
will come and help you push out as well. So Yeah, it's just the whole thing has got to be let's have fun,
Yeah.
and that's what we're aiming for. So, multitude of opportunities. I can't think of anywhere else where you can do this level of off-road training and riding.
That's it. And, you know, we've got the world's best tuition and probably the world's best opportunities to do it. So you're going to leave the weekend, if you want to, being a much greater skilled rider than you went, aren't you?
I think there is no doubt about that. If you've never ridden off-road, you will pick up enough confidence to do that green lane you've been passing
Yes.
for the last 6 months. You will do that. And, you know, I think once you've done it once, you'll know whether off-road riding is right for you. You'll either come away from there thinking, all the signs are going to be saying Timbuktu or Morocco, you know, and you're not going to be dreaming about
Which way
it.
Mongolia?
You're going to be planning it after this.
Yeah.
And I think if we can do that, then what a worthwhile festival that will be if we can encourage people to go and help them live their dreams, motorcycle dreams.
So I've had some off-road rider training. I want to go out on the AX41 trail, but I'm still a little bit nervous about striking out on my own. Is there any support along the trail for me?
Yes, there is, James. There's there's actually about 30 marshals out on the trail this year, and they're there for numerous reasons. One, if you're stuck in the mud, they're there to help you push out. They're also there as a bit of surety for people, so you're not going to lose your way. You're not going to lose your way anyway, but they're there. But they're also there to marshal the trail because we're going to have strict speed limits. You know, it's an adventure bike rally. This is not an enduro rally. It's all road registered bikes and that. So we're going to have speed limits. You know, and they're there to help and maintain the integrity of the track. On top of that, should you have a little spill, we've got medics who've got 4x4s that can get to every
Just
part
in
of it.
case.
Just in case.
Yeah.
Just in case. And they can get to any part of the trail as well, and they're 4x4s. And the other thing we've got, and this is another just in case, is we've got a breakdown recovery service.
Fantastic.
So if anything does happen, for example, if you, I don't know, you could have just a puncture, for example, we can come, we've got service that'll come out on the trail and bring you back. And I think the other thing, when you're back there, the AA are actually on site.
Yes.
And they're doing free checks and stuff.
And this is all free, isn't it?
It's all free.
The breakdown cover, the AA, the marshals, it's all part of it.
It's all part of it. And one thing I haven't mentioned, the other part of it, which is free of charge, 3 miles away from Regley Hall, there is an enduro circuit called Little London Enduro Circuit. Full on enduro circuit. Not something I'm going to buy a new GS and go down there and take on. However, we've hired that for the Saturday. So on the Saturday of the festival, if you want to go down to Little London Enduro and do the enduro circuit on your bike, that's free of charge as well. And that will be fully marshalled by the guys down there. Again, medics are there and so on. It's another facility. So if you're really hardcore, off you go down Little London and have a blast round there. The speed limits are a bit higher down there. So yeah, it's just great fun. I can't wait.
Nor can I. I'm looking forward to it. So how do people go about getting tickets for the festival?
Well, you can get them online at the website, abrfestival.com. And yeah, we sell them online. That's where you get them.
That's it.
And all this training and access to the off-road areas is included in the ticket price. Nothing else to pay. So that's where we get that. Incidentally, if you don't mind me saying, James,
Please do.
if you've got any comments on the off-road riding, if you're not sure about anything, ask below and we'll answer it. And next time we do a video like this, we're going to be covering all the other facilities which are going on, all the other attractions which are going on at the festival. And there's lots more of those too. So, and we'll be putting it up next week. So if you want to make sure you see that, if you could hit the subscribe button below, you'll get it. Cheers.
Thanks very much.